welcome back to Vlog Therapy. It's been a rough week. Buddy. Well, first things first, I gotta go back to my old apartment, sell a couch, hopefully, pack up some stuff, and then we're gonna have a chat. I mean, that's what the plan for the day is. I've been absent for a week in a state of pure depression and anxiety, and I finally found a day that I can actually get out of bed and do something. So, let's go. Boy, do I have some things to tell you. This week has been a doozy. And on top of that, this might be one of the last videos that I'm able to make at my old apartment. I put in my 30-day notice. I've begun moving stuff to the place that I've been living for a couple of years now, but you know, I'm finally letting go of this old apartment. I've had to kind of tell the roommates they've got to move. And it seems to be going fairly swimmingly so far. But yeah, whole lot of stuff going on, whole lot of crazy things. In the middle of a move, in the middle of pandemic, but it's kind of like bittersweet. Like, I'm glad to finally get out of there, out of this place, out of this old apartment. But it's gonna be sad shooting like maybe my last video there. So I'll do what I gotta do and keep moving forward. These be crazy times. Fuck, why do I do that? Why did I do that? Alright, I'll see you at the apartment. Well, it looks like I have to say goodbye to this couch. It's just a couch. Why would somebody care so much about a couch? Well, I've had this couch for at least 10 years. It's been with me through my treks through Hollywood, living in this apartment, which is also going to be going soon. I'll have to take down my guitars. But this thing's been through ups and downs and hell and greatness, and I've had many a people sit on this couch. I've had people the likes of John Huerta, star of the TV show Castle, sit on this very, very couch. I've had guests like comedian Tom Clark sit on this very couch. I've had people like Stephen Kramer Glickman, star of the show Big Time Rush. He sat on this couch. Yes, he did. You know who else sat on this couch? I did. You know who else may or may not have had a couple experiences of the female persuasion on this couch? Possibly me. Possibly lots of other people too. It's been a good ride, couch. It's been a good ride. It's time to say adieu. Goodbye, my couch. I'll miss you. Yeah, I will. Goodbye, my couch. Oh, I'll miss you. Yeah. Used to sit on top of you and I would feel so damn good, and when I'd bring a hot girl over, top of you I'd feel her over. I watch TV with you and do other things on you, and every day that you'll be gone I'll miss you oh so much, yeah. Goodbye, my couch. I'll miss you, yeah. It's an end of an era. Moving out, and the couch is gone. $80 for a much more expensive couch, but they moved it for me. Saved me some space, saved me some time, and you know, time is valuable. Let's have a sit down. Did I forget how to eat chips? Who doesn't love chips? If you don't love chips, unsubscribe. I tend to eat vegan most of the time. Sometimes I just say, fuck it. Okay, where do I begin? The last video I made, I was in Temecula, and I played you guys the audio when I confronted my wife / ex about forgetting my birthday. And as you all know, I was quarantined with my wife, who decided to break up with me at the time, and she had done a lot of sketchy and weird and bad things, and then ended up destroying our relationship, causing me a whole lot of hurt and pain, and upending my entire life. So since my last video, things have gotten a little rockier, a little rougher, a little harder. You know, my wife makes a good amount of money, and my income is much, much lower. So we have this apartment that's very expensive and kind of the Hollywood Hills-ish area. And she decided that she's, you know, breaking up with me and up and leaving. So because she was going to end up screwing me and leaving me with that place to afford on my own, which I can't, I made an agreement that she'd stay around for a few months. We'd cohabitate until I can get on my feet, figure out my shit, get my shit together, so we can, like, I guess, end this marriage that I didn't want to end as nicely as possible without me getting completely screwed and having to move back to my folks' house. So that was the plan. She promised me, she assured me, she'd already put me through shit for weeks and weeks, and actually months, really. She had been consistently putting me through the anxiety of, is this relationship going to work? Is this relationship not going to work? Am I going to end up getting financially screwed? Am I going to be okay? Just this back and forth every day, an emotional roller coaster, completely confusing, heartbreaking. You know, I obviously cried on my very first vlog therapy video. It's been hard. So after that last video, I'd come back home for a few days, and then I decided to go back to Temecula and try and stay there for 5 days to see how long I can stay away from her, to see if maybe it would help, maybe she would realize she needs me there. I don't know what the purpose was really, but I went. And while I was there, surprisingly, for the first 2 days, she texted me. She made the initiative to text me out of the blue on her own, as though she was concerned for me. Which I took as like a message, because previous to that last trip to Temecula and previous to those texts, she was dropping little hints, like she was saying things like, I think I mentioned this before, I don't know if I did. We got in this little argument, and she said, well, I was thinking about working things out with us, but now I'm definitely not. And so ping in my head, I'm like, oh, she was thinking about working it out. That means that she still kind of wants to work it out. And then another day we go on a hike, and we see one of her friends while we're hiking, and they have a little chat, and in that chat, my wife says, oh, after this is all over, I'm totally gonna take a vacation. And then her friend leaves, we walk away, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna take a vacation, huh? And she goes, oh, not just by myself. You know, as if, she said it in a way as if she was going to bring me, right? And another mention she made was, I did say this early on, I believe, she said, about our relationship, I don't even know what I think about our relationship right now. I'm just solely thinking about work. And so all these things add up, and they make it seem like she's really thinking about fixing things, maybe trying to right the wrongs she's committed toward me. And so when I went to Temecula, she texted me like, hey, did you make it there okay? And I was surprised, because I was like, I'm not texting her nothing. And so that night she texted me that, and I was like, yeah, I thought when you told me to tell you to text you when I got there, I thought that's just something people said. And she's like, no, I was just checking to make sure you got there. I was, okay, how's everything going? And, you know, good, whatever. And so I thought that was interesting, like she's reaching out to me. So then 24 hours passes, still at my mom's. She texts me again. She's just talking about the dog, like, did I have the dog? I'm trying to remember if I had the dog in the last trip. I did, in fact. I don't remember. So anyway, she texted me something about the dog and about, you know, that she feels a little sick and how am I doing, blah, 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 whatever. It was kind of just regular random text. And again, 2 days in a row, I'm thinking, she's reaching out to me. She's trying to repair things, along with the other things she had said previously about the vacation, whatever. I'm like, it sounds like she wants to work it out. And so the next day comes by and she doesn't text me that night. And I start getting anxious and crazy because my head, again, for the fuck, I hope it's the last time. But again, I started getting this hope that things were going to work out. And she doesn't text me that night. And I get anxiety. And I'm like, why isn't she texting me? It seemed like she wanted to, like, we're going to start working on this or something. I don't know. So I texted her. I drank like 5 beers and then I texted her. I'm like, why didn't you text me back? You texted me the last couple days. And she's like, oh, it's nothing. Don't worry. Whatever. Like, she just kind of blew me off. And then it's like, I'm going to go to sleep now. And then it upset me and it hurt me. And so I drank a lot that night. And then I ended up calling her the very next day. And that's where things kind of went awry. Because in my confidence, thinking that she was trying to rekindle things, I tried to take some power back. And I said, I got upset at her and wanted the truth about some of the lies she's told me. About the trip to Australia. I wanted some real facts there about talking to other guys and things like that. And she went straight stoic, right away into stoicism. And like, I could tell she was putting up that wall and just answering my questions with the same lies that she has been telling me, which didn't help. And it was like an hour-long conversation, and it ended up very much defining our breakup and all of that stuff, and it didn't go so well. So then I spent the next few days there. There was no contact between her and I, and except for me saying, I'll be back in a couple of days. So 2 days passed. I've been like eagerly awaiting it the whole time, the anxiety, the panic, like from that last conversation, and I know she was still lying to me about shit, and it just, everything felt ugly, and this time going away to Temecula was supposed to help things in some sort of way. And so I left. Came back home, and I showed up at like 8 p.m. And when she saw me, she was like a ghost. She didn't expect me to come, and she was like acting mean to me, like with like anxiety and rudeness. I'm like, you don't have to act like this. What's going on? And she's like, you should have told me you were coming. And I'm like, I told you 2 days ago I'd be back in 2 days. She's like, well, I didn't know that. And I'm like, you don't have to be rude to me. I came here, so I'm smiling, I'm being nice. And she ended up just being really cold and mean because I showed up. Later that night, we calmed down. She said sorry for acting that way. And then she says that she went and looked at a house that day. And then I told her, hey, we have an agreement. You're supposed to stay here with me for a few months so I can get on my feet, so I can figure out a way to afford this apartment, or go get another apartment so then we can split. This was your promise. You need to keep it. And then she tells me that she really liked the house and she's thinking about getting it. And I was like, you can't. And she, whatever, conversation ended. We went to bed. And the next day, I go out on the porch. And I've been smoking a lot because of all the stress that I've been going through. Like, she has been just pulling me back and forth with agreements and finances. And so my life has constantly been like with a question mark. Like, what is going to happen? Because I can't get a straight answer out of her. And everything is just kind of hanging in the rafters, like with no definitive future in sight. So I'm sitting on the patio smoking a cigarette. And she comes out and she says, I just signed the lease on a new house for $4,000 a month. And I'm leaving in 2 weeks. And I was like, not only did that like really solidify the end, but she didn't even bring it up with me. She didn't ask me, like, it's important. We're still in a partnership, a marriage. And she promised me that she'd be sticking around until I can get on my feet and figure out how to afford the apartment, right? And then she completely 180s and bails on that agreement without bringing it up to me, and just goes ahead and signs the lease. And I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, look at this place. Look at this. It's empty. It's getting empty. This is my secondary apartment that I've been using as a studio. I'm moving out of here, getting my stuff out of here to move into that apartment. And the gig was that I'll move my shit over there. I'll have some months to figure things out, and then maybe I can stay so I don't have to move again. And then she just up and pulls this shit out of fucking nowhere without any warning. It's just really fucked up of her. I mean, so that's what I told her. I told her, you're fucking me. I knew you were gonna fucking do this. Anytime we make an agreement, every time you make a promise, you fuck me over. And I don't know why I didn't see it coming. And it's because of that phone call I made in Temecula, because I asked her again about her lies. And every time I do that, it blows her out of her mind, even though I know she's lying. But she just doesn't like having to answer the same questions again. And she made a rash decision after that phone call and went and got a place and fucked me over. And so, I know this is a long one, and I'm sorry for all those of you that actually care about hearing my drama of my relationship. I appreciate you being here, and like I've always said, leave comments below, supportive comments, please. Am I being fucked with? You know? Like, it feels like I'm being fucked with. So, after that, some days passed. I was in a complete state of anxiety and just like uncertainty. What the hell am I gonna do now? Where am I gonna go? I'm getting pushed back to having to move to my parents' house, and I'm gonna move my stuff in just to have to move it back to my parents' house far, far away. And like, this chick is fucking me so bad. But then a few days later, we were able to sit down and talk, and she felt terrible. She wants to do the right thing. So she's offered to pay a significant portion of that rent for even possibly up to a year so that I don't get screwed. But not after she put me through another fucking like week of hell, you know. And I appreciate that she's doing that. She wasn't planning on it until I was able to make her realize how bad she's fucking me, and listing all the things that she's done and why the fuck has she been doing this to me. So she's agreed to do that with the terms that as soon as I can figure out how to increase my income, then I'll, you know, keep her from having to pay. Whatever. So that finally kind of brought things together for me, gave me a little bit more security after months of like having no clue what the fuck is going on. But then, literally, like the next day or 2 days later, after all this, the finality of her leaving and her screwing me and whatever, I was sleeping on the couch like I have for 3 months, and I said, you know what, fuck this, this is the end. There's no way we're gonna come back from this, even though, I'm sorry, she says that she'll move out for a month, and then we'll do couples counseling while she's moved out, and single. And I'm like, there's no fucking way that can happen. You're going to be banging dudes, and then you expect us to go to couples counseling and then make things work while taking such a big back step? No, dude. If you're gonna move away and we're still a couple and we're still married, and you shouldn't even move away. I should leave for a month and give you that space. But no, she went and fucking signed a lease. Whatever. Sorry. So, with all that, I don't even remember where I was going, but I'm sleeping on the couch, and due to the finality of everything, I said, screw it. And I jumped on the dating app. It's called Bumble. I'm sure most of you know it. And sure enough, the first 5 swipes, and I see her fucking picture on there. Her profile. And it fucking hurt, man. Like, all the shit she's done to me over the months, and my birthday, and just, she's literally put me through the ringer, and she has promised me ad nauseum, this isn't about guys. I'm not talking to any guys. I haven't spoken to any guys. In fact, when I move out, I just want to be alone for many, many months. Like, she just wants to get herself together and her mind together and her work together and just focus on that. And then, like, I find that she's on Bumble. So I didn't even get mad, actually. That's what's funny about it. Like, I didn't know what to do. I knew I wasn't going to go to sleep that night after I saw that. And so I went into her room, which used to be our room, and I just pointed the phone at the bed and I said, hey, wake up. What's this? She turned and looked and then wouldn't say anything. She turned back around and she turned back to me, and then she was like she was thinking of her lie, right? And then she says, that's fucking nothing. Like, and she got mad at me. I was being calm. She started yelling at me. It's fucking nothing, dude. I was on that when we broke up for the last time, like 3 weeks ago. And so I jumped on there the next day. I was thinking about moving to Washington. So I messaged the guy from Washington for 2 days. But that's it. I only messaged that one guy. And I'm like, how could you fucking do this, dude? Like, you've been promising me and telling me it's not about guys. You're not talking to any guys. She said she is not talking to any man since we broke up many times. She just keeps lying. And then, I obviously was upset and telling her, like, how I'm upset. And then she starts minimalizing it even further. She was like, dude, I was on that app for, like, literally 2 seconds. Like, I messaged 3 messages with the guys. And I'm like, you just told me you were messaging a dude for 2 days, and now you messaged 3 messages. There's no fucking way. And then she keeps going on. It was nothing. It was like seconds. And then she said, it made me feel bad. So I put it on snooze, which is a function of the app that, like, pauses your profile for like 7 days or something. She said she put it on snooze and then immediately went outside and started crying, and like the neighbor came over and whatever, and then she never spoke to the guy again and went back on the app. And she claimed that the reason I saw it is because the 7-day snooze must have ended and she didn't even realize it. But it's all bullshit. Like, I know how the app works. She probably got loads of likes and messaged loads of dudes, but then probably really got into a good conversation with 1 or 2 or maybe 3, who knows. I know how these things work. But for her to go and lie to me, and lie to me about not speaking to any dudes, she lied to me about not being on dating apps, and then she minimalized her dating app, being on the dating app, by saying it was only like seconds of time and only a few messages, and it made her feel bad, so she turned it off. Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. So I then left the room and I said, well, I swiped right on you, so if you get the chance, maybe you'll give me a message. And I walked out of the room. So then I went and had a cigarette on the deck, and then she came out and said, I looked at your profile. You obviously uploaded pictures. And then there was an argument. I'm like, I didn't upload pictures. I went on there for like 5 seconds, and Facebook automatically populated those photos, and she called me a liar. And I'm like, dude, it's fucking true. I didn't even fill shit out. And then that's when I realized, well, I didn't realize it then, but anyway, we finished the conversation. We kind of made up in some weird way. I was able to go to sleep that night. And then the next morning I realized the only way on that app, when I have swiped right on her, for her to see my picture is if she's paid the subscription fee. Like, the face of people that have liked you are blurry on that page unless you've paid like the $10.99 a month fee to see who likes you. And the only way she would have been able to look at my profile is by paying that. So then the next fucking day, I'm like, I know you paid the subscription fee. I know that everything was much deeper than you minimalized it. And then she says, oh, I didn't know you could use it without a subscription fee. She just started bullshitting me again. She started lying to me again. Oh, I didn't know. It was an accident. Or she said that. And then she said, I thought that's the way you had to run the app. I didn't know it was free. And I told her, look, it's very obvious that if you want to do this one function, you can pay the monthly, but you can use the app for free, and you fucking knew that. And she lied about it and denied it. So yeah. My wife has begun dating. And it sucks. And it's like a wake-up call. And it's hard. And I don't want to fucking start dating because I don't like it. And she's forcing me out. She's pushed me away. And now she's forcing me to fucking date again. And dating sucks in LA. Dating is the worst. It's literally been on lists of like #1 in the top 10 worst places in the world to date. It's so shallow and gross. And I know what she's gonna do. Like, it's what she did in the past. Like, she's gonna move out. She's gonna go have a string of dudes she bangs for months and months. And then she's gonna miss love. She's gonna try and come back to me. She's gonna lie about being with dudes. And I'm not gonna take her. And then she's gonna be searching for love. And again, go on an even longer string of one-night stands until she finds it. And it's also stupid because all she had to do was try a little bit. And like, we could have fixed us and kept something special and built our careers and got a home and a family and been like a power couple, you know. And so yeah, all in all, after all that said, she signed a lease on a place. She's moving out for sure. And she's dating. I don't like it. I just wish this was all over. I don't know. So, I don't know if it's like to save my heart or if I'm doing it out of retaliation and spite. Like, it's clear I've got to fucking be done and get over her and us and be ready to move on. It's so obvious. It's been obvious for a while now. I'm sure you and I both know. But I ended up joining the dating sites and messaging people. The dating apps have given me temporary confidence when I'm messaging somebody. I guess it's nice for a moment. Today was a good day and it made me feel kind of good. And I think I'm just getting ahead of the game really because my wife is on dating apps now, and I know when she moves out into this new place, the first thing she's going to do is be banging somebody. And the last thing I want to be is that guy who's at home crying because his wife left him and she's out banging some other people. So I guess I want to get ahead of the game, not just to bang people, but maybe meet somebody to give me company, make me feel better. Maybe it'll be the next somebody, who knows. Maybe I won't meet anybody. I don't know. I guess, I don't know, but doing it right now, I mean, I feel so stupid because I'm doing it because she's doing it in a sense. I don't know, it's just the next move, I guess, in this complete ending saga. Anyhow, I'm gonna do something to make myself happy. Fool around, make the rest of this video. Do me a favor, please like, share, subscribe. Leave some nice supportive comments if you will. And we'll chat next week, maybe. If I mentally made it through and I'm not in an insane asylum by then, I'll see you next week. Okay. Yeah. Eating a bag of chips. Eating a bag of chips. Whoa.